This issue started gaining attention after comments and reports began circulating that some political actors were trying to tag the Obidient Movement as a divisive group or a so-called mob ahead of the 2027 primaries. Supporters of Peter Obi, popularly known as Obidients, have strongly pushed back against this label, saying it is unfair, misleading, and does not reflect who they are or what they stand for. According to them, the movement is made up of ordinary Nigerians who want better leadership, accountability, and a more inclusive political system, not trouble or division. As this conversation continues, it is important to understand the background. After the 2023 elections, the Obidient movement did not disappear. Instead, it remained active, vocal, and organized, especially among young people and professionals who believe Nigeria needs a different approach to governance. With 2027 drawing closer, political parties and coalitions are already positioning themselves, and the African Democratic Congress, ADC, has become a major focus because of the heavyweight politicians aligning with it. Recently, as discussions around the ADC's presidential ticket intensified, some party leaders and commentators started warning against extreme loyalty slogans and aggressive messaging that could push other supporters away. In that process, the Obidient movement became part of the conversation, with critics suggesting that the group's strong online presence and firm support for Peter Obi might create tension within a broader opposition coalition. That is where the claim of divisiveness started coming from. Obidients have now clearly rejected that narrative. They insist that supporting a candidate passionately does not mean rejecting democracy or unity. They say every political movement has the right to promote its candidate, as long as it is done peacefully and within party rules. According to voices within the movement, they are not against open primaries, internal discussions, or cooperation with other groups. What they oppose is being described in negative terms simply because they are organized and vocal. At this point, please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss verified political updates like this. Your support helps us keep bringing you clear and balanced news. The bigger picture here is not just about labels. It is about how the opposition plans to present itself to Nigerians ahead of 2027. Many Nigerians are watching closely to see whether opposition parties can work together or whether internal disagreements will weaken them before the election even begins. For the ADC, this is a sensitive period. The party is attracting major figures with different support bases, and managing these interests without causing internal cracks is a serious task. From the Obidient perspective, they believe the movement brings value, energy, and visibility to any party it supports. They point out that in 2023, the movement helped change political conversations across the country, increased youth participation, and raised awareness about governance issues. They argue that instead of being seen as a problem, they should be seen as an asset to any coalition that truly wants change. On the other hand, party leaders who are calling for caution say their concern is not about Obidients as people, but about tone and messaging. Their argument is that winning a national election in Nigeria requires broad acceptance across regions, religions, and political backgrounds. They believe language that sounds exclusive or absolute could discourage undecided voters or other party members. This is where the tension lies, and this is what both sides are currently trying to manage. As this debate continues, it is also clear that Peter Obi himself remains a central figure. His political future, his approach to party politics, and how his supporters conduct themselves will all influence how events unfold. So far, signals from the Obidient movement suggest they want to stay within democratic boundaries, promote their candidate positively, and avoid unnecessary conflict that could damage the larger goal of electoral success. If you are finding this breakdown helpful, remember to like this video and subscribe so you stay informed as the 2027 political landscape continues to take shape. Another important angle to this story is public perception. Many Nigerians are tired of political fights that focus more on internal power struggles than on solutions to national problems. Issues like the economy, security, education, and cost of living remain top concerns. Any group or party that appears disorganized or divided risks losing public trust. This is why the way this situation is handled matters beyond party politics. Right now, what we are seeing is a struggle over identity and influence within a growing opposition platform. The Obidients are saying clearly that they will not accept being painted as troublemakers. They want recognition as a legitimate political movement with clear goals and values. At the same time, party leaders are pushing for discipline, unity, and messaging that can appeal to a wide range of voters. As we move forward, Nigerians should expect more statements, clarifications, and strategic adjustments from all sides. This is just the early stage of a long political journey toward 2027. How parties manage their supporters now will set the tone for future campaigns, alliances, and voter confidence. In the end, this story is less about insults or labels and more about strategy, unity, and political maturity. The rejection of the divisive mob labeled by Obidients shows they are aware of how they are being perceived and are willing to defend their image publicly. Whether this leads to stronger cooperation within the opposition or deeper disagreements will depend on the choices made in the coming months. As always, stay alert, stay informed, and do not rely on headlines alone. Political stories often have many layers, and understanding them helps you make better decisions as a citizen. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you continue to get clear, professional, and real-time political gist without noise.